our final finalist deserves your round of applause. Please welcome to the stage, representing PSA North East, Steve Judge.
What is your big goal? Is it maybe to be on a stage like this, but at the NSA in America? Or is it to write that book of yours? I know that mine is. Well, today I'm going to share with you the solution to achieve that goal of yours. Would you like that? Yeah? Yeah, you want that? I can say that because 14 years ago, my goal was to walk again. And the doctors told me it's not going to happen. You see, I'd had a near-fatal car accident, and my left knee had been ripped apart. But more seriously, my right leg had been partially amputated. Let me show you. My tibia bone had been snapped once, twice, leaving 4 inches of bone that was considered no good by the surgeons in the operating theatre and consequently thrown away. At that stage, my goal had been set for me. Can you imagine having a cage on your leg, and to lengthen it, you had to twist bolts on it day after day after day for 3 months, stretching the skin and the muscle and wrenching the bone apart to form a gap of 4 inches. You know, I thought that was the hard part. I don't know about you, but how do you grow bone? I thought you just drank lots of milk for the calcium, and then ate lots of cheese. Nice little bit of Wensleydale. No. The doctor says to me, "No, Mr. Judge, you have to use your bone if you want to grow it." I said, "Use what? There's nothing there. It's just a gap." He said, "No, Mr. Judge, you have to walk on your leg. Trust the cage." Trust the cage? You trust the cage? I can remember grabbing my crutches and going down to the local park, my brain screaming out to me, "Don't do it!" Watching my every step as I slowly put the weights in my leg. Ow! The pain shooting through me, making me feel cold and lightheaded. Ow! You should have seen the faces of the people in the park. Eventually looking up and seeing that the park bench ahead of me was actually closer than my car behind me. Reaching it, resting, recovering, and wiping the tears away. And looking at where I'd come from and thinking, yes, I did it, but also thinking, flipping heck, I've got to get back there now. I did get back, and I got home, and I collapsed, and I had a sleepless night with muscle spasms, and the next day I was in pain, I was exhausted. And the day after that, I got up and I did it all again, because that's what I needed to do. And sometimes I fell, and many times I cried. But over the next 1.5 years, my bone did grow back, and, wait for it, I did walk again, as you may have noticed. But I didn't stop there. Now, as a disabled athlete, I represented Great Britain in the sport of para triathlon, and I became a world champion. So you may think that I've got this setting goals and achieving them thing sorted, yeah? No. Why can't I finish my book? Finish? Start. I've only done 2 chapters. It's a joke. If you consider your day, your life, your time as like a bookshelf, and that everything important to you is like a book on the shelf. Well, when I was learning to walk again, I only had 1 book, 1 massive book. And even as a GB athlete, I did have more books in my life then, like the book of family life with 2 kids and also a full-time job. But I still had to make room for my goal. So I had to remove books from the shelf, like the book of watching television and social media. No time for that. Gone. Like the book of going out with my friends. No time. Gone. And so if I really want to write my best-selling book, I have to give it the time that it deserves. And so I must consider which books in my life I'm prepared to take off to give it the time. But what about you and your bookshelf with your many, many many books. Think about your big goal again. Now, for you to give that the time that it truly deserves, you've really got to consider which books in your life you're prepared to remove to give it the space that it needs. Thank you.